What's up, guys? Back with another video, and it was brought to my attention that, well, a topic I wanted to discuss today. So a friend or an OG brought up to me. He came up to me, asked me a question. He said, "What's the difference between feel and feelings?" And I had to think about it for a second. I kind of sat there for a minute, and I just wanted to bring it to the topic today of discussion, the difference between of a feel and feelings. Because he told me, he was like, feel is more permanent, and feelings is something temporary. It changes over time, and it's so true. Because a feel, how I described it to him, was more of a it's more of a rhythm than anything. It's more of a rhythm, something that you, once you get, you know, you don't lose it. Or if it's like you get it and then you stop doing it for a while, you you never really lost it, right? So that's like, for instance, kids riding a bike, playing a certain video game. For us adults, it may be doing a certain job, learning a certain skill, sport, practicing a certain sport, doing a certain routine or whatever. It's something that you gain a rhythm doing over time, and you become so adapted to it to the point where it's almost part of you. Well, it is part of you because you've been doing it for however long time. It never goes away because you know the pattern behind doing it. Now, a feeling is something totally different, because a feeling is it's something that changes over time, and that's the best way I can explain it. Because feelings can be like, example, love. You may love somebody one day, and then all of a sudden, let's say, or if you're in a relationship, you love somebody for, like, you could love somebody for years or whatever, and then all of a sudden something happened in between you, push come to shove, one party cheats on another, and then that love is gone. And so now you've lost that love, now you've lost that trust, and now you feel like sad or angry or whatever. you know um it's more of an emotional thing when it comes to feeling is something that I would say it's a little bit of intuition, but it's also an emotional roller coaster, an emotional roller coaster more than anything, because you have you'll have like attachments to certain things, to a certain person, and push come to shove, something happens between that certain attachment or thing or that certain person, and then all of a sudden you don't have an attachment to that anymore. So now you change from that to another thing, and now you have all these different types of chapters in your life due to your feelings, because being in your feelings can shift your whole outlook on life, and it can shift your whole way of being, your way of being yourself, the way of just being in general, because you know that's how we kind of function within ourselves, is through our intuition and our feelings. But our feel is a rhythm. A feel is when you're playing football and you hit 8 straight 3 pointers, or you're playing football and you catch 8 straight passes, or something like that, or you figure out an effective way to do a work of 8 hours within 4, and you know how to do that it's a feeling, a rhythm. It's a rhythm. It's something that it's stagnant. It's like what you can. It's something that that you can do, and you figure out how you can minimize that time while doing the same work. So it's a feel. You're getting the gist of things. A feeling, that is something different, right? So let's say you're playing basketball and then you're 8 from 8 or whatever, and you're finding an effective way, but you find out later on. Let's just say you're a high school kid. You find out throughout the day that you may got a bad grade or something. Now you're determining your whole day off of a bad grade, or off of a bad test result, or off of a bad relationship, or just anything, or something that happened at home. Now your whole day is determined by that feeling, and that's in an emotional attachment versus a rhythm. A rhythm is something that it's not this. It's either going to be this, or it can be this, but it will never be this. So I mean, but you would, and the thing about it is too, is like sometimes it can be this, but ultimately this. But it won't go too far. That it'll go up more than anything. The emotional attachment is just boom. One day's great, boom. The next day's bad. And it's temporary. Feelings are temporary, and a feel is more of a permanent embodiment of who you are, or what you're catching a rhythm for, versus a feeling. So I hope you can take something out of that, and hopefully you operate more under feel versus feelings. Even though feelings, you can't really. Sometimes you can control them. You can control how you put it on others, but you can't control them on yourself. So no, you can't. Well, you can't control them on yourself, because feelings is just feelings. Feelings is gonna be, that's life. So I just had to bring that up. But yeah. Hope you guys have a great feel day. And I will see you when I see you. All right. Peace.